country. So, meaning it could be done. Mga surprise, down at the cross where my Savior died. Sabi ko, if the deaf Bacolod can do that, why not do it here? Ang kulang ng emphasis. How can we have that emphasis? Ulit-ulitin natin, and then ang teachers magkanta. Siyempre kayo hearing kayo. And then, give weight. Maybe sa inyong klase, i-ikon nyo ang chorus or sing the stanza 1 and 2 before you begin. Itagaan nyo it. For example, if you are doing something na kaya hindi nyo i-repeat sa inyong klase o i-remind it to them, so mawala. May bagong lesson tayo ay ideology. But I think before going to that, we have to review first. I don't think that we have deeply explained it. Sometimes the way to achieve learning is by repetition. Itong palitan mo natin doon sa common mistakes. Common mistakes. Those Sunday school teachers, anong mga lesson nyo is talagang ginagawa sa Sunday school. Sometimes, wapo siguro kahit sa mga subject, kung isa ka lesson, pwede mo i-repeat sa kanila, kaya hindi nila ma-register masyado. It would be good that sometimes your lesson should be based in there or i-repeat or i-reduce kanila. We will consider what are some of the common mistakes that derail the positive precision. For the deaf, we will be considering common error. That is the reason why if our progress is just like in a train, we are riding, we are following the train, the program is there. Ma-derail, maglabas sa sarilis, ma-off, ma-trip off. Instead of following the program, nagalabas. That is the meaning of the lesson we are studying. So what are some of the errors, the common errors, the wrong that we are doing, that instead of expecting a positive change, there is a problem that deviates us to achieve our goal. So, in the introduction, sana 40 na siya, makita malayo, kita maganda. Yung sabihin makita na, Jay, kaya rin, ang liit naman, masakit na sa mata. Ang tipakan ng direct mo. Introduction. In this world that we are in, we are hunted by failed attempts from many, kasi kailangan natin ma-fail, di ba? It makes us wiser. Many times we are afraid to attempt doing something because we are afraid to fail. Wrong. I tell you, when you fail, kung mag-ano ko sa sermon, sometimes ma-fail ko sa sermon, balikan ko, you can learn something. Sometimes it's good to fail, it's good to fall down, and it's good to have a bleeding knee. Because next time, you will be careful. So don't be afraid of failure. So that's the introduction. It attempts to transitional change, but because of failure, we are adamant though, afraid ka mag-do something. So, even though our attempt is well-meaning for us leaders or for us teachers, the changes in that caused by the failure that we have experienced will cause a problem and will enable us to think twice. Di lang anay. Next. So, because of the hurts that we have experienced through the failure, if you consider that later on there will be a big failure because you are not implementing a change. So, we have to consider there are just wrong steps. So consider these wrong steps, and then we will be able to continue on with the, the desired plan that we are wishing to achieve. Next. So in this journey of change, we will be considering, see to it that these are the 9 common mistakes that we should be aware. So, i-remember na natin. Being aware of these 9 mistakes in the early process of change will mean that we will be evading damage or we will be able to strengthen the implementation of a change. Now, here are the 9. I want you to react. Kasi kung ako lang maghambal, alam ko, kasi nalaman ko to, kasi kung patestimony nun kayo, wala kayo ibig sabihin hindi nyo nakuha ang concept. Malaman ko na, yan yung ba, want to testify? 0. Ibig sabihin, you just pass the time nga, teaching na to, just for the reason nga maipapababaw si pastor, wala nag-effect sa inyo. So, I am giving this an emphasis. Number 1, leading a change with the wrong motivation. That's number 1. The first common error. That's why we don't implement and that we are failed and then later on the implementation is we are adamant to implement is because of this wrong number 1 point. Leading a change with the wrong motivation. Whenever we are planning to implement a change, ask yourself, what is my motive? Is my motive to praise myself? Is my motive to show that, hey, I am the one, you know? Natural na siya. Muna nga akong kaisang tao na pag nakalit sa leadership na sa nasa gitna, gusto niya gawin sa lahat para sa iya. Or ang iba, sikara nila. Ako na ba? Sikara nila ang sasunod. So, that is natural because of the fallen nature that we have. It's inherited from Adam and Eve. So, do not say that wala na sa imo, wala na sa ako. Wala na siya. So, be aware that that is present. So, baka ano ka ba, you'll be carried away. Look what I have done. Ako na. So, check on this. Is your motive right? Ano nga sabi ito sa lesson natin sa love number 1? Lesson on love number 1. What is the height? What is the mark? Sang Sunday, gitawag mo ito height dimension to sang Sunday. Sang Thursday, gitawag mo sa marks. A marks that you have a true love of God is in whatever you do, you sleep, you drink, you eat, you act, you say, you sign, do it for the glory of God. We meet for the glory of God. What is the purpose of this meeting? For the glory of God. How is the glory of God achieved? When we have this meeting, when we are growing, when we are challenged to do something. Challenge ko nga ni Mrs. Willa ba? Nag-grip up akong heart. Yes, we can do as a church. If we have offering, if we are touched to give our tithe, can we not help the work in Mitsaya? Can we not give 500 a week to Compostela for Ronald Paho to go back there and to reach this 10 there? What is the price of one soul over there? Sakit tayo, pansang pira natin ba? Bakal na isang isda, isang gulay, isang... Kung hindi mo makita, ang price ang isa kakalat nga death, mauna siya. So, we are not mission-minded. So, maybe we have to group ourselves and have a treasurer and a secretary. We will keep the record and then we will report to the church that this income is received this month and we have used this money to Compostela, to Mitsaya. And si Arnolfo, sabi niya, Pastor, anaan ko sa Kidapawan. We are planning to have a church here. We have no support. Sabi ko, well, our money is so tight. But then, maybe we could think of the thing around is through the church. Hindi na tayo magsaligay na siguro. Later on, if we will not start our own idea, with our own idea, sinabel din na magalaw ba? Many times, ang ginagawa ko kay Neville, I have to have the first step. So, ginawa ko to. So, sometimes you find it, sometimes hindi. So, kung hindi ka maggalaw, hindi siya talaga, hindi siya, give me this budget and I will do this and I will do that. Nahirapan ka. So, many times makita niya yung improvement sa task. Where did you get this money? Sabi ko, I loan. So, payment. Ngayon, wala payment kay Gipit. So, I think it's so hard to maintain and to be leading the group kung wala siyang development, wala kang simple development na mga pinta, nagkakatak ka, na mga siya bali, bayaan mo lang, siya na sa computer, mga nagluwag-luwag lang doon ka, natanggal na, wala na ang kwan. Hindi lang ito na-skrutani ba? So we should be steward also of what the Lord is giving us sometimes. Maybe one of the reasons gipit ang tira kay pagkasira-sira na sila. So, ito sa babaw nagkalaguba kung ano natin. So, this is number 1. We can seek to lead the church through change to build our own kingdom or our own selves. Ano ni kay kingdom ni Asubila? Kingdom ni Kabuloy, kingdom ni Asubila. So maybe hindi, sometimes you could not erase the idea, Asubila na. Asubila na. Wala man nangalan na Asubila, di ay man na. Makon si Nograles, kay putahan niya. Project of Nograles, hindi man niya pira. Ang ambulansya, pangalanan mo, Initiative of Nograles. Wala ko na yung pangalanan ng Asubila. So, let us check our motivation. So, change people, number 2. We seek to change to people rather than leading people through a change. What's the meaning? Any reaction? May reaction kayo sa number 1? Wala kayo reaction? Very clear ang number 1. No? Hindi na kasi sa number 2, what's the meaning of this? Ibutan ako dito, robot and machines. Ano ibig sabihin? That if there is a change that is going on, we are not being pushed na our will, our emotion, and our feeling, and our knowledge did not consent. Kumain na mag-change mga ang tao, wala nag-change. Do you agree with that? Dapat ang change, that's why nga kung may changes, for example, may tax reform, may bagong laws, i-kuan mo na, ano sa newspaper, i-announce, itagaan pa date, itagaan pa sa grace period. Kay that grace period is for the people to understand. Give them a time to adjust. Ito man ang meaning sa ito. So let us not implement a change na daw dictator ka mga, ang tao mga swela, sakit man to. So, ang ibig sabihin nito, leading the people through the change, letting them understand kung mahinay, sige, hinahinay. Basta naka-intindi siya. Pero ang personality ng tao na that he is not a robot that follow a thought. Left from right, you cannot understand what you are doing. What is the meaning of number 2? Tama na siya? Agree kayo?
Yes.
What is your testimony? Walang isip ba? Dapat ang DMI teachers, nabilang nag-upo tayo, nag-work ang puto. Di ba maganda? I'm doing this so that hindi kita machine na robot na Amen. Yes, Lord. Tapos wala man. May ano kayo, may utak kayo, binigyan kayo ng utak, paluga, binigyan ka ng utak. Binigyan ka ng will mag-decide. Hindi nga, mamaya, turo mo ko, si Aswila, ditusok iya ko. Nagdan sa mga idea, malilabang mo. Why did you do this? I-blame mo sa iba. How about you? Kung nag-agree, ang tuloy si Alex na, si Jerome. Binablame niya ang DMI. Sabi ko, hindi ba nga kita kung mag-stay ka na, mag-hindi? Sabi ko, I give you opportunity to decide. GR told me to stay. So, ang gusto ko mangyari ito sa atin, that when we decide, if somebody influence us, that when we decide, we join. In other words, we lost our the person who suggested to us, and we join to him. So kapag nag-decide ka, imo na siya. Baby na siya. Ha? Later on mo na. Nga mo na! Aswila! Pag nag-upod ka, if you agree to the decision, imo na siya. Make it your own. That is a responsible person. We are not passing the buck. You are like Adam and Eve. Why did you do this? The girl you gave to me influenced me. Sabi isang girl, why did you do this? The serpent. You are not a responsible person. It's so, only siya. It should be that when we implement a change, hinay-hinay, and then let it be that it should be understood. Wapo yan na nag-change yan. Agree? Yes. So pag sabi mo nga, yes, agree, hindi na ito desisyon sa mag-implement sa change. Ayaw pa na ito. Kung may failure, hindi mo siya ituro. Siya, abi, oh. Ano ka? Atuan na. It becomes our own. So, through the organization changes, though the important and allowed us to begin reaching new people, the existing people, revolted. Ang ibig sabihin, ang personal mong tao ba nga, DMI, mga teachers sa DMI, tanggalin ko ito, puntahan ko sa bako. You want a change? Ako lang abrupt change. Kung may new administration, new people, the old people gone, the new people comes, you will expect the same problem again. Tama? Because ang good manager, ang nag-manage na good, even though nakita mo nga may failures siya, do not change him. Pakitaas siya ng failure. Pagkuhapo pa sa sunod. Dahil later on, kung palitan mo siya kay may failure siya, ang bago mga pinalit, maglusot ang bagong the same failure, the old failure will come out. Nakakaibigin na siya, kaya huli na siya. But it will be good if you work with him and may changes na may growth. So, nandasa niyo? Number 3. We see change as primarily strategic issue. That's number 3 na error. Ano ibig sabihin ito? This is a huge mistake when we are dependent on our strategy. Ang style ko ba? Ito, style natin gamitin, the way. So it is not anymore focusing on the person, it's not focusing on the problem, it is focusing on believe ka sa iyong strategy. Pinoy way. Anong strategy ni Pinoy? You know, hey, hello! Sometimes ang speaker ko, gamo na siya, hello! Hi! Wala response. Hi! Hello! Hello! Hindi siya may response. Makakatulog naman na ba? Ano ibig sabihin nito sa we see change primarily as a strategic issue. So, the right thing to do is do not depend upon your strategy. Even though how beautiful and well-crafted it is, even though it has been proven to be very good in other organizations, it will fail if you depend upon your strategy. Strategy thinking sa heritage ko ng una. Daghan mo ito mga pastor. May pastor nga sa punta sa Skyline. Sila niya, nag-ipan mo. Sabi niya, sa isang pastor nga he's speaking Tagalog, sabi niya, nindot yung strategy, pastor ba? How about we will contact every pastor? Hindi, every pastor, alam mo lang ilang message sila magwako ba? Ilang pag-message siya, effective. So, ang mga message nga hindi effective, dito na kwakon. Ang message nga mga effective, mo, sakot, mo. Tipuno na ito na. Pag mag-start na siya, itong gamitin, gwapo ni ba? Effective, sigurado din. Daghan itong tao ba? Wala ko na sa ko. Asa ng Holy Spirit? Asa ng Holy Spirit? It is not in the message, it is the Holy Spirit who should work. Ang muna tawag na strategy. Let us not depend upon our strategy. What is the biblical example to this? Si Nehemiah. Si Nehemiah did not depend upon his strategy. Nehemiah depended upon the Lord is prayer and the Word. What implement you want to change to your class? That's not tugil sa gagmay naman. Wow, si Sitchini. Si Sitchini, ikaw nilo eh. How will you implement a change to Sitchini? Hindi ka masapa ka! Kaya na! Tingnan mo ito kung nagtunghayan. Ang strategy mo hindi magamit. You should depend upon God, His Word, and your prayer. So i-check natin, kung saan nag-review ko ito ba? Hindi lang ito kung nag-manage ka na, gamiton mo sa imong klase, gamiton mo sa imong dealings with the people. Not because you are not a leader now, in our own way, we could implement a change to the people concerned. May problematic ang friend? May problematic ang sino na? Prayer, word, change. Ang strategy, you try your strategy, it will fail. So, while strategy is important, change is first and foremost a spiritual issue. So, in other words, when we implement a change, kung Christian kita, because we are Christian, ang problem, sabi ni, what is our text? Sabi ni Paul, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, we wrestle against spiritual forces. So, kasama na siya. Kung may estudyante tayong stupid, hindi lang. Do not think na gaaway kita. The problem is spiritual. Ginsakit minsan sa tanas. Gin-influence siya sa kingdom of darkness. What is your strategy? Ito ko. Anong ko siya? Strategy mo bulok. Strategy mo depend upon God, His Word, and prayer. Expect also that it should not come, the result should not come immediately. Because sometimes when you are using that, nilalundok pa man ang iyong heart. Base, if the Lord would answer immediately, magampit ka na. Boom! Tiktak mo na. Gwapo ni nga. Gambit mo na nga. Sometimes may gina-implement ka nga change, hindi mangyari pa. May ginaturuan ka sa mga. Nga kung i-lift up ya ka, your feet is still attached to the ground. Base magambong ka. Muna nga po may, sometimes yun lang, may ministry ka na gwapo, may bata ka mas naman yun. Para mabalan, mula is, para nantiin mo na ka dapat. Kaya base kung gwapo, ministry, tanto sila. Amo, tapos may kung magkita sa Facebook, sabi ni Chay Perla sa Gimaras, Pastor, may kingdom ka na sa Davao? Wala mo na kingdom na sila, di ay man na ministry. Niya ba, may palasyo ka na ganila? Hindi ko tagaan kami sa bata, mga kabukot, kagkapisan, kagkagwapo, gitsa nga bagay, sunod sa imo, hindi na balan. Gahambog ka. Hindi ka makayuko. Pero kung gwapo nga ministry, tagaan ka bata ka sa lawayon, yuko ka rin. Eh bata ka nga, hindi magating sa mga problem, yuko ka rin. Maunang naisip ko, amo nang ginasakit sa akong puso ba? That is what makes my heart so painful. But then I understand, Lord, I understand. So that you will let my feet still touch the ground. Tignan mo ko. So many times, when we use that dependence upon God, prayer, and His Word, and then you understand me also, si Pastor ba, may bata na sa tipuyan. May bata na sa gabato sa iya. Praise the Lord, so that it will make me humble. Mauna nga hindi nagbabawi, o kung nagkaas. You see. And then you understand me also, and you will pray for me. Ay, pabukat sa akong puso. I think the reason nagkasakit ko arthritis, sakit mo arthritis. Because ko ang sakit mo arthritis, nagkalapit sa akong sa Diyos. And it's good kung wala ako arthritis, siguro kasi saan ko kalibot ko. Mura, magpungkuran ako sa Strategy. We fail to understand that we can't move ministries through change while remaining unchanged ourselves. Siguro masinsin ko, mga teachers ni, nagasunod-sunod sa ako ko, do this and do that. Sunod-sunod ko siya. Nauti ko ito sila. What do you think the teachers are still? Hindi galit siya tutulong sa ibang tao. Natintindihan ko na. So, sabi ko, Lord, what is this all about? The Lord says, pili ka. Will I give you a ministry na talo? Nag-aanta ka sa pamilya ng gwapo. Pili. So, bahala mo na. As long as then that is also a point that we could pray differently. And kasi what I know, the Lord is God is ano na siya, a God who works, a good mixer. He mixes everything. Ito kaninang sabi ni Mrs. Wila na si Nikos, baka po daw pares kay Roldan, kay si Roldan daw. Gulo ka mo kung wala si Paco sa iya. Si Nikos hindi na mauba. Eh nakita niya si Roldan na hinay, dapat magpisik siya. Hindi natin katawanan, that is true. This one, my observation, ginabalance ang Ginoo. Nagaan ka siyang ang husband nga, ang gwapo man nga. Hindi pwede. May complementation ang isa ng isa. Complementary. Ibalance mo. Ibalance. So, pili ka. Faithful ka sa ministry. May effect ang ministry or gwapo nindo tayo mo family. Nakita ako nga si Pastor Torres Bacolod. Sa next month, sa September, mag-celebrate sila 65th anniversary. Pag-start founding siyang church. Gamba naman tawa, effective nga church. Nag-pioneer siya sa inyong church. Pero kung muna ito problem, may bata siya na isang di nga Bible school, nagawa ng story. Pero may bata man siya ng mabait nga pasubong sa kanadakan. Kung ministry. Pero may bata siya dito. Dito ko nakuha na term black sheep. May isa ko teacher na kahanong niya ka bata. Ito sa effective tanan ba? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ako tanan. May isa siya bata na ka-graduate. Alam ka, dito ko nakaka-comfort mo. Ganun talaga siguro isa. Pero isa na nakita ko, it is to balance you. Otherwise, hindi ka na mag-apat sa lupa, pamaghambog ka. Pero, that will be, kung concern ka mo sa ako, that will be you going to pray. To pray for me. Kasi sagutan sa Panginoon ngayon, kasi hindi ko kumalo. Baka maglisok ang ulo. It's difficult nga kung maglaki ang ulo kung magamay ang puso. So, it is important that we are pointing the way. Pointing the way doesn't work. We need to show the way by allowing God consistently to be the transforming power or factor in our lives. Do you want a change? Itong strategy ito, we fail to understand that we can move ministries through a change while remaining unchanged in ourselves. So, wala ka nagani sa what? Balik mo yan. Nataro kang ibalik. So, ang nindot na change na mag-implement ang leader muna. Diba? How? Hindi lang leader mag-show. Ang example ko si Ace. We were looking for paint. Sabi ko, pinta daw kung kapos ganito. Sabi ko,